Hey everyone, you're listening to Adam Yurchick recording for TCGplayer.com. Thank you for joining me for round one of my Eternal Masters draft. And I won the die roll. I'm going to play first. And we draw a pretty good hand with our blue-white deck. We even have our splash color in black and then Pilgrim's Eye to find more land. And the best part about this draw is obviously the curve of flying creatures along with Thunderclap Wyvern. So I'll play Charger into Eye, into Wyvern, and then I'll have White Mane Lion to possibly find another land with Pilgrim's Eye, or just save a creature from removal. And it's possible he could have discard, so I'll just play the Swamp here rather than hiding a splash. It's more likely that with the Swamp in play, he'll just think about cards I don't have. Anyway, I'm certainly not hiding, or I'm certainly not projecting that I have Sphinx of the Steel Wind in my deck. And Plains is what I want here for my double white cards. I have no double blue. Get in for 2. Should be great against his Tortoise. Does not fly. And Thunderclap Wyvern has flash, so I could hold it back. But assuming he taps down, I'm just going to play it to get more damage in. But he doesn't, so I'm going to hold it off because he probably has Memory Lapse. And I'll just cast it on the end of his turn. That way he doesn't get to use his mana. And if he holds up mana again, then it's another win. So I'm just going to cast it end of turn. If he does hold up mana, it's no big deal this time, because then I can just recast the Wyvern. I could have actually cast the Wyvern here and blocked, and very possible I actually should have just done that. Though there's an argument that I shouldn't even expose my Wyvern to pump spells, and blue-green Madness would in fact have pump spells. So I don't hate the way I played this. And this is the kind of card where if it stays in play, he just dies. Like here, I'm going to protect it. Sweet. So he should have probably killed it when I was tapped out. So actually not playing it to block worked out in my favor. And I could just play the Priest, but I don't see any reason to do that. Well, I actually do. His Tortoise can only block. He's already blocking my White Mane, so I should just put more pressure on him. I'll do that. He missed land drops. I think the best thing to do against someone like this is just get him. Just present aggression. I don't think he has enchantments. He might have Honden that I could have destroyed. I don't think that Elephant Guide is likely or particularly relevant. So he cast an enchantment, Roots, but he cast it on probably my least relevant creature. So I guess it's a wash. Play the Wyvern. Play a land, bash for 5 in the air. And then I'll get the Honor Guard down next turn to hopefully turn off any shenanigans. But he just didn't really have anything going on, so I win that one. And I don't see any reason to reach for the board here. Benevolent Bodyguard maybe be good against him, but it's such a poor top deck that I don't want it. It's really only great on turn 1, is the thing with that card. And he doesn't seem super aggressive, so I don't want Honden. Didn't see anything to Stupefying Touch. And I don't think Carbonize is necessary. So this hand has no white, but I have Rager and mana to cast it, so I'm just keeping it. I have 10 green source or 10 white sources in the deck. I'm gonna get 4 draws at it, or 5 draws at it before turn 4. I do not need to cast this War Priest on 2, and in fact, I probably don't even want to. So I don't need a white, and I'm happy to keep this hand. Sphinx of the Steel Wind is not particularly amazing against him because he has black removal. And in this situation, I am going to cast a Priest simply because if I don't... I'm sorry, I was thinking Phyrexian Rager would put me over 7. It would put me at 7. So actually, that's not true. I'm playing the War Priest just to try to pressure him and have an extra creature to Welkin Guide. If I don't play it, I'm left possibly not having something to give flying to. And now giving flying to something actually makes it even a little bit bigger with Wyvern. So this is actually great. He just blocks. Fine use of War Priest. Keep the pressure on him. I bet he actually cut that Roots when he saw the War Priest. He sideboarded for a minute. So that's actually something to keep in mind with War Priest. If you saw game 1, you could take it out because they might have enchantments, but he punishes me with... because you might take it out because they might cut their enchantments in response to seeing it, so it's a better 2-drop. However, that's not the case here. This Honden I can beat, but it's super annoying. And I'll keep the Wyvern up until end of turn. And I'm just going to discard the Sphinx here because I'll never get to it anymore. If I keep playing lands and spells, the Sphinx is not going to get cast. I even called them out as possibly having Hondens game 1. Maybe I should have thought more about that before I cast the War Priest. And I'll just play the guide, pump, and get in. Here I obviously have to just discard a land. Hopefully I just find a Mana War and be in great shape. He casts Roots on the Rager. That's ideal because I'm just going to bounce it with white mane and draw a card. Get in for 5. Play the Rift Watcher, and I'll keep a Plains to discard, and I'll actually just keep the white mane in reserve. Because if he kills the Wyvern on his main phase, or as a sorcery, I could save it and then replay it next turn to kill him with my 2 other flyers. So he does not, and he just dies. So awesome, I won that match. Thank you for watching, and please join me for round 2.